The world's oceans cover about 71% of our planet's surface, and exploring them is a challenge for scientists all over the world. For example, Stanford University has created one of the most advanced humanoid robots. It can dive to a depth of 0.6 miles. But the most striking thing is its hands. Thanks to them, the operator can, for example, carefully pick up an ancient Roman oil lamp from the seabed. Also, its hands are equipped with tactile feedback. You can feel exactly what the robot is doing. It's almost like you're there, said one of Stanford's specialists. The robot has already helped scientists in many experiments. One of its last missions took place at a depth of 2,795 feet off the coast of Cannes. It was the first time a humanoid robot had reached such a depth and touched the floor. To mark the occasion, OceanOneK took a commemorative plaque with it, but it had to be recovered and brought back to the surface. China is not far behind. The famous company Xiaomi introduced the CyberOne robot. Surprisingly, its main audience is not scientists or the military, but ordinary people. First of all, the robot's designed for household chores. The model is able to navigate in space, recognize people and their emotions, and respond to them. It has an OLED screen instead of a face, so at night it might even scare you. At the presentation, the robot kindly brought a flower to the head of Xiaomi Lei Jun. So, one of the obvious functions is to carry various items, for example, shopping bags. The robot is 70 inches tall and weighs 115 pounds. This is our first full-size humanoid robot. Kind of a big guy among humanoid robots. What nickname should we give him? Lei Jun asked on Twitter. Any suggestions? Amazon also stepped up. The American retail giant came up with a robotic assistant. It can carry loads up to 48.5 pounds and is equipped with many smart features. Engineers believe that these robots can work side by side with people without interfering with each other. The robot is optimized to work with the carts used at Amazon. First, it carefully drives under them, and then lifts them and moves them in the right direction. It's expected that such robots will be introduced on a large scale by the end of 2023. But that's not all. In addition, Amazon announced a smart robotic arm, Cardinal. The employees of the company's warehouses should get worried. The arm can carry loads weighing up to 51 pounds, and with the help of AI functions, automatically finds the right box, even if they're piled up. But not everything's so simple. According to Reveal, over the last 4 years, the number of injuries in the company's warehouses has increased by about 50%, especially in places where robots have been used. Has the rise of the machines already begun? The Chinese company XPeng has developed the flying car concept X2. This vehicle will obviously be useful in China, the world's #1 country in terms of skyscrapers. This company is manufacturing electric cars, so the flying car is also electric. It's designed for 2 people and will fly about 47 miles on a single charge at an altitude of 0.6 miles. For safety, it's equipped with an autopilot with multiple sensors. The vehicle has no blind spots, and in case of a malfunction, an automatic landing system will be activated. And if things are really bad, the passengers will be saved by the ejection system with parachutes. Interestingly, the Chinese plan to sell this novelty in Europe as well. The head of the European Union Aviation Safety Agency noted that these vehicles would be useful as ambulances. However, there is a problem. All the legal details still have to be sorted out. What if 2 pilots collide? How would they handle such an accident? If you're not yet ready to get into a flying car, but you want something innovative, augmented reality car systems are at your service. For example, in Taiwan, they made a system that will show you the best route and remind you to change lanes. According to the designers, it will make the trip not only more convenient, but also safer. The driver will not have to take their eyes off the road to push numerous buttons. A pedestrian is about to enter the road, you get a warning sign. Need to change lanes? Be careful, the car behind you's too close. Need adaptive cruise control? Easy. The system will also show the optimal driving trajectory and remind you about turns. And as a bonus for tourists and cab drivers, it displays information about points of interest. No wonder the development received an award at the world's largest technology fair, CES 2022. What do you think this structure, which looks like the spine of a giant Decepticon, does? The answer may surprise you. It is a project of the Cypriot company Seawave Energy Limited, which generates electricity using waves. The team has been catching wave energy for more than 10 years, and the current version of the system has already been tested in the waters of Larnaca Bay. It's reported that under ideal conditions, one unit generates about 100 megawatts, and the cost of power generation is about the same as from fossil fuels. In addition, the structure can be built using recycled materials such as plastic. Wave power has been identified as the most attractive marine renewables sector, due to the potential size of its market and with no clear device or technology leader having emerged, the company explains. But what if this system becomes the leader? Remember the movie Back to the Future and its legendary car? It was the Delorean Motor Company's only model. The firm later went bankrupt and closed down. All the more surprising to see the Delorean Aerospace DR7 project. And to know that it's being developed not by just anyone, but by Paul Delorean, nephew of John Delorean, the company's CEO. Not too much is known about the project so far. The new model is an electric flying VTOL vehicle. The car will be about 20 feet long, so you'll have to think about parking in advance. They also promise a cruising speed of around 149 miles per hour and a top speed of 240. What we don't know is whether the new DeLorean will still need 1.21 gigawatts of power. Let's get down to earth and look at a problem affecting almost every country. Garbage. Just think about it. The World Bank has calculated that every year, the world produces more than 4 trillion pounds of solid household waste. We have to dispose of it all, and systems such as the Mint Box help us not drown in garbage. It works with biodegradable waste such as leftover vegetables, meat, fish, fruit, and bread. One unit will recycle the waste that 6,000 people throw away every day in about 18 hours. The Mint Box can be controlled via a smartphone, and its low noise level makes it possible to set up the unit even in densely built-up neighborhoods. It won't disturb people's sleep or rest either. No less important is the shortage of clean drinking water. Even now, in 2022, 40% of the world's population doesn't have access to enough water. Moreover, 25% of people live in places where there's no infrastructure for water extraction. One solution is this Austrian development that extracts water directly from the air. One unit produces up to 2,642 gallons of drinking water per day, and it's of excellent quality. Combined filters, UV disinfection, optimal mineralization. Water from this system even exceeds the standards set by the World Health Organization. In addition, the dimensions of the system correspond to the size of a standard 40-foot container, which means that it's easy to transport by plane or train. It's all coupled with solar panels and smart programs to ensure maximum energy efficiency. Let's finish this selection with an unusual aircraft engine, the General Electric GE36. Its history is both interesting and didactic. Its development began and ended in the 1980s, and both times it was caused by jet fuel. The General Electric GE36 is a hybrid between a turbofan and a turboprop that was supposed to save airlines from rising fuel prices. Tests showed that consumption with such an engine was reduced by about 30%, with the prototype proving effective on a Boeing 727. And because of the design features, it was also easy to maintain. So what went wrong? Oil got cheaper. This was followed by lower prices for aviation fuel, and the fuel-efficient engines were no longer needed. However, the developments didn't disappear completely. For example, the carbon composite technology for fan blades was used in the Boeing 747 and Boeing 777.